Yes, JC, there's a question.
You have delayed.
안녕하세요. 저는 26살 청년인데요. 일단 제가 질문이 있어서 이렇게 자리를 빌려서 좀 질문을 하고 싶습니다. 제가 어제 책을 읽다가 재밌는 글을 한번 봤는데 장자의 책을 읽었었거든요. 이걸 어디서 설명해야 될지 모르겠는데 일단 제가 지난달에 신년에 이제 운세 뽑기를 했었는데 거기서 업법불대라는 말이 나왔습니다. 업법불대가 이제 무슨 뜻이었냐면 부처의 말과 이론, 형식적인 가르침은 큰 깨달음이 아니다. 지극한 도는 어렵지 않다. 다만 가리고 선택하는 마음을 싫어할 뿐이다. 다만 미워하고 사랑함을 놓는다면 훤히 분명해진다. 옳고 그름이 사라지는 순간 도는 분명해진다라는 글이었는데요. 제가 이제 마음에 걸린 말이 있었습니다. 미워하고 사랑하지 말라. 그러면 훤히 분명해진다라는 말이었는데요. 제가 이게 도통 이해가 되지 않았거든요. 네, 그렇게 한 달 동안 이게 대체 무슨 말일까라고 좀 속으로 조용히 생각하면서 시간을 보냈었는데 어제 장자의 책을 읽으면서 우연치 않게 재밌는 글을 하나 봤었거든요. 큰 지혜는 분별하지 않고 이 또한 그렇고 저 또한 그렇다. 옳음은 옳음으로 인해 옳고 그름은 그름으로 인해 그르다라는 글귀를 봤었거든요. 제가 이 글을 보면서 그동안 내가 궁금했었던 미워하고 사랑하지 말라는 말이 무엇일까라는 거를 여기서 좀 제가 개인적으로 깨달았습니다. 이게 집착을 다른 말로 표현한 게 아닐까? 라는 생각이 좀 들었는데 이 제가 좀 깨달은 것에 대해서 좀 궁금합니다. 솔직히 어떤 시각을 가지고 계신지 궁금합니다.
사랑하지 말라. 그다음에
네. 제가 궁금했었던 구절은 이제 미워하고 사랑함을 놓는다면 훤히 분명해진다라는 글귀였거든요. 네. 미워하고 사랑함을 놓는다면 뻔히 분명해진다라는 글이었었거든요. 네.
Master, I'm 26-year-old and I was reading the Zhangzi. I don't know the tone, but the famous one along with the Confucius. I was reading his book, and last month I was doing some. Came up with one line that's saying that if you let go of love and hate, then it will be bright and clearer. So I wanted to know what this means.
What's the name of this person again?
There's Confucius and Lao Tzu and
Zhuangzi.
yeah, Zhuangzi.
Okay. And everything will be what you let go of love and hate?
Everything will be bright and clear.
Even bright and clear. What it's referring to, I'm not sure the context, but from a Buddhist perspective, what it's referring to is when you are afflicted. Okay, in particular, when you have strong afflictions such as love or hate, those tend to be the two types of stronger afflictions, if not strongest afflictions in most people's lives. Then you are confused. Your mind is confused. You cannot see clearly. So that's why when you are able to let go of these strong afflictions such as love and hate, your wisdom mind will shine forth. You'll be able to see brighter and clearer. Brighter refers to you use your wisdom light to shine on things, to shine on the issues, on matters, and clearer is that you will not be confused by your emotions, strong emotions. Okay, that's all it means, and this is why we learn to meditate. We learn to meditate so that we can undo all sorts of afflictions, not just love and hate, because when you think about it, just because you're able to undo a lot of these strong afflictions, such as love and hate, there's still other types of afflictions that will stir your mind, will make your mind move. When your mind moves even a little, you still will not be able to access your true wisdom. Okay? So Zhuangzi is correct in that sense, but he failed to point out to you, to all of us, that not just love and hate, but any type of affliction at all, okay? You are not clear-headed. Thank you for the question. Anyone else? JMT.
Hello, Master. I've decided to end my fasting at the 5th day. So
On what day is this?
5th day.
5th day, okay. And you want to go out far? Or were you planning, how far were you planning to go?
Maybe you are right. I shouldn't have say that 7 days ago. So I feel a bit of ashamed to talk to you, but currently I think I can't go further.
Okay. What's happening? Why are you quitting? What's prompted you to quit the fasting?
I don't know. It's very suffering. Yeah.
Okay.
My stomach problem continues, so I almost vomit every day several times. So
Vomited.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you quit already?
Not yet. After your Dharma talk.
After the Dharma talk, you quit. It will be your 5th day, the end of your 5th day.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. If you feel like you need to quit, quit. That's fine. It's only 2 days away from your goal. It's nothing to feel bad about. You try your best, and this is how far you got. Okay. It's a lot of suffering. In particular, when you fast and you feel like vomiting a few times a day, that's I can imagine that's very very uncomfortable for you. But let me tell you something. Okay, that means you have stomach issues. You feel like vomiting, that's because your stomach has issues. That's why it's trying to come out, okay? You are not the only one who have this issue. A lot of people actually vomited, not just feel like vomiting. They actually vomited a few times a day, okay? And that's very good for them because they are pushing out all these toxins in their stomach. If you don't push them out, the poison's still there, and it only continues to damage your stomach. Okay, and so it's a very, very good thing that you feel like there's that you feel like vomiting. Okay, and that's because still not strong enough yet for your system to push it out forcefully. but you should be aware that you have some stomach issues. You might want to go check with a doctor and find out, look at your diet, for example, see why you might have some stomach issues. If Western doctors cannot find anything, especially from their tests, should go see a Eastern doctor, herbal medicine doctor, and so forth. You do have a stomach issue. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay.
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 Thank you, Master.
Okay. Very good.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Master, for your all Dharma talks and protection.
Okay.
And also to Master Xianxin, not only in the first instructions, but for all the Chen classes in Tuesday. It helps me a lot. And Venerable Xianjin gives me a lot of company and comfort. And all JMT Sanghas shows me their greatest kindness. And finally, but not least, all the Chen classmates gives me a very warm encouragement for my fasting. Thank you all.
Okay, very good. Wow, there's so many people, huh? And that's wonderful to hear that have been able to be supportive of your work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See you next time. Maybe better luck next time. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good start, but beware of that when this stomach issue is not going to go away. Okay. It only at this stage here, it only points out to you, it's a reminder there's a serious issue there, some toxins there that have been building up in your stomach. It's trying to get out, okay? And so continue to cultivate. Hopefully someday you'll be able to resolve it, okay? All right, thank you, okay, for your feedback. Yes, next, anyone else? Okay, let's continue with slide 64. Master YongHua says that when people pray the One Yin with sincerity, One Yin will manifest. And according to the Lotus Sutra in the Universal Door chapter, she manifests in 32 different types of response bodies. So depending on what needs to be done, she will manifest accordingly, usually of the same type of being, living being, as the living being who made the request, who asked for help. Okay, and furthermore, an example, Master YongHua says, because many of the Christians and Catholics believe in Holy Mary, and so that's why it's not surprising to us Buddhists that One Yin Bodhisattva often manifests as Mother Mary to help a lot of those followers, because sincerity is not just limited to Buddhists, but also any type of people, any type of religion. It's about sincerity. And some people who have the bright eyes, meaning that the person who has wisdom will be able to recognize One Yin Bodhisattva and so forth. And those, don't blame those who don't have wisdom to be able to recognize it, that he's trying to say here that Holy Mary, Mother Mary, is actually One Yin Bodhisattva. Just because they don't recognize it doesn't mean it's not true. And in particular, bodhisattvas like One Yin Bodhisattva will manifest to different types of appearances as necessary. She's not stuck on anything. Whatever it takes to be able to influence and help the requesters. Yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I had an experience today that I wanted to share in relation to Guanyin.
Okay, please do.
I have what nurses call a tricky stick for when I get my blood drawn. I have particularly... Jesse. I have particularly thin veins in my arm, and I've had I had at least one or two traumatic experiences where they had to poke me like 7 times, a lot, to get the blood drawn, and so I always get very nervous going to get blood work. Today, when I was sitting waiting for the nurse to come, I was trying to be very careful not to call Guanyin, but in my mind I was thinking about her because I was nervous. It was not an emergency. I knew it was not an emergency, so I didn't want to like say, Guanyin, please help me. I'm a big baby. But never in my life have I had an easier stick. And I would like to personally thank Norma, who may have been assisted, or Guanyin at the time, I don't know, because she was just incredible how easily she got my blood drawn. So I just wanted to share that.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing with us. When Mother Mary or Guanyin Bodhisattva helps us, she does whatever is necessary to help us. And whether you recognize it or not, and it's about you believing in it. The more sincere you are, the more faith you have in her, she will come and help you in so many ways. Okay, and whether you know it or not, like in slide 69 here, it doesn't matter. This is what we do in Buddhism. When we are able to help, we help. Okay? And we don't worry about gratitude or making sure people know that we helped at all. Okay? But congratulations. That's very good. Yeah, wonderful. So as long as you believe, so it's about faith here, not just in Buddhism, but also in many other religions. This is the whole thing. That's this point here. You don't need to really say that Buddhism is better than other religions. It doesn't matter. If you happen to pray, if you're a Taoist, for example, I've been to Taiwan. I've been to many Taoist temples in Taiwan, and these people, almost all the temples I've been, Taoist temples I visited, always have a one-yin statue. They don't have Buddha statues, but they have one-yin statue. And they have the Jade Emperor statue. So you see, and that tells you that these practitioners have a lot of responses from Guanyin Bodhisattva. Okay, even though they're really not Buddhists at all. Okay, and so Guanyin will help. Well, Guanyin will help because you believe in her, and you ask for help from her. Okay. Master YongHua says, no need. I don't object to people believe in other religions, whether it's Christianity or Catholicism. Master YongHua says, regardless, I'm telling you, eventually you will believe in Buddhism sooner or later. All right? And that's true. It's about graduation, if you will. You have good results in your spiritual paths, in your spiritual pursuits. Eventually, you want to graduate to more and more rewarding things in your pursuits. So that's natural. And eventually, whether it's Buddhism or you call it Buddhism or not, Buddhism happens to have a lot more tools that you can use that work better for you. Okay, but I'm cognizant of the fact that a lot of people in the world, like right now, there are a lot of people who are actually bodhisattvas, manifesting as lay people, and they want nothing to do with Buddhism at all. Okay, they still help. They still help a lot of other people. Okay, and so, but eventually, even those people who are not Buddhists and who are helping a lot of people out there, these benefactors are actually Buddhist bodhisattvas. And if you believe in that, eventually, the people who receive help will be able to turn to Buddhism for more direct help, faster help, and bigger help. That's a natural thing. Okay? Yeah. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. Master YongHua says, I'm telling you, it's going to happen to you. Okay? It's a matter of time. And it's not something that can be changed today. I don't know what is something that cannot be changed today. Okay? Okay? Meaning he's talking about eventually you will turn to the Buddhist paths, and it's nothing you can do about it. Meaning that when you planted the causes and the conditions for you to eventually graduate to something in some Buddhist practices, and it's a matter of time. Some will be faster than others, and so forth. Okay, yeah. And this is another evidence of the fact that these bodhisattvas, they can see the future, they can see the past. That's why to them it's a factual. It's not just conjectures. Okay. So it could happen this lifetime, or it could happen next lifetime, or even future lifetimes. Okay. And this is correct, but when you learn Mahayana, I don't think you want to talk like this. Master YongHua has credibility. He has established a very powerful track record, very impressive track record of delivering miracles after miracles to so many people in China, in the U.S., in Taiwan, in Philippines, in Malaysia, and so forth. Okay, so he can say a lot of things here as a matter of fact way. However, for us, it's not. It's no need for us to speak like this. Okay, I would rather you emphasize helping people the best way we can. Okay, if you're able to help people, right there, you're planting the causes, conditions for them to come and get more out of you down the road. Okay, yeah. All right, and no need to talk about it. Okay, just help. When the mindset I'm trying to instill in you is to help when we have a chance. And meanwhile, when we don't have a chance to help, we work hard to develop more skills to be able to help more when presented with such an opportunity. Okay, and that's a meaning of life. Meaning of life to us is not just indulge and fulfill our own desires, but it's about ultimately fulfill others' desires. Okay? To benefit others. And that happens to be the best way to benefit yourself. You have to choose between benefiting yourself first and then benefiting others after. The Buddhists would choose to benefit others and not worry about benefiting themselves. The superior Buddhists, I mean. Okay? Yeah. So all this talk, you Buddhists, you non-Buddhists, you believe in Buddhism or you don't believe in Buddhism, is secondary to me. Okay? Yeah. And Master YongHua says, right now, don't believe in Buddhism. I follow my religion, but in the future, when these causes and conditions ripen, they will believe, and they will also become a Buddha themselves, each and every one. Furthermore, he also says here, this is in reference to. I imagine that the Christian God who says, if you oppose me, you cannot become a God. You become born in the heavens. Whereas in Buddhism, we have the exact opposite. Buddha says, just because you oppose me, you're bad to me, you cannot become a Buddha ever. At all. All right? And that's consistent with the laws of cause and effect. You oppose me right now because of the causes planted in the past, okay? And in the future, you will, it cannot stop you from becoming a Buddha at all, okay? Even if you stop Buddhas and you obstruct Buddhas, it will take you quite a bit longer, okay, to become it. Case in point, did he give the example of Devadatta and so forth? Okay? Like Devadatta, the Buddha's cousin, when the Buddha was here, he had a cousin by the name of Devadatta who's been pursuing the Buddha for so many lifetimes. Just pursue the Buddha to try to kill him, to harm him, inflict great harm upon the Buddha, because in the past the Buddha killed Devadatta, okay, and because of that, Devadatta lifetime after lifetime came after the Buddha to try to kill him, okay, and most of the time he failed, and the Buddha continued to kill him and inflict great harm on Devadatta in those many lifetimes. So that's why when Buddha became a Buddha, Devadatta still remember the enmity, and he tried to harm the Buddha himself, tried to kill the Buddha himself. Okay, so that's natural, a natural cause and effect, resolution of cause and effect. And it was so evil, Devadatta, that it is said the earth split open and engulfed Devadatta when he was alive. And Devadatta fell to the worst hells possible, the Avicii hell, or the intermittent hell, where he's tortured every single kasana. He's in pain for every single kasana, non-stop. The hells, that's the worst kind of hells, because all the types of hells, you do have a break. There's a break in your tortures, in your suffering. In this intermittent hell, you will be tortured constantly, non-stop. So the suffering is tremendous. It's so painful. Okay, if you think that that you're suffering right now from your illnesses, from physical discomfort, so forth, you ain't seen nothing yet. When you go to the hells, it's a lot worse. Okay? I've seen people in their lifetime, people that I know personally, who did a lot of evil deeds. They fell, disciples of Master YongHua, and after they died, they fell to the Vichy hell. Okay? And it's true, they're suffering every single waking moment. It's frightening, let me tell you. Whatever they try to get, whatever that's important to them when you were alive, whatever gain they got from their evil offenses, it's not worth it at all to them. And that's what we all have to learn. Nothing new. I also went down to Vichy House myself, okay, and suffered a lot as well, because I also made a lot of mistakes, okay. We all will suffer the consequences of our karmas. It's unavoidable, okay. And so that's how we remember eventually, and stop making such foolish behaviors, foolish acts, evil acts, okay? And in particular here, if you're in slide 80, if you slander the Buddha, but later you come to believe in the Buddha, you don't necessarily have to fall into the hell, okay? Because you fall in the hells because at your time of death, your evil karmas matured, and that's why you have to fall to the hells. So even if you're an evil person and you slander the Buddha and try to destroy the Buddha Dharma, and if at the time of death the good seeds matured, you will not fall to the hells. So it's cause and effect, depends on what matured. However, remember this, if you did a lot of evil karmas, a lot more evil karmas and good karmas, those will proliferate and multiply in your lifetime. So by the time you die, those evil karmas, those retribution will mature. Many of them more mature than the good ones will mature. Okay, so beware of that. Eventually, you fall. Your chances of falling are much greater than escaping. And 永远不下地. Okay, and so there's some commentary here, and I'm not sure how to translate it. You just what it says here, translate according to the Chinese. You will not fall to the hells. Okay, that is. You don't have to. You only have. I will use one example to demonstrate this. That this statement is true. Even if you slander the Buddha, even if you shed the Buddha's blood, all right. Shed Buddha's blood. What's an example of that? He's no longer here, but you damage Buddha statues. You damage Buddha's images. Okay, that is called shedding the Buddha's blood. Be careful. Okay, and it happens, especially when you handle Buddha statues. I broke a few fingers myself. Okay, of the Buddha, and later, you create these slandering Buddha or shedding Buddha's blood, which is very severe offenses. You will fall to the hells. Okay. However, later you believe in Buddhism, you believe in the Buddha, you will not fall into the hell. Okay. How is it possible? Real simple. I'll give you an example. Many people I know have damaged Buddha statues, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes intentionally. Okay? I, for example, when I was at the city, 10,000 Buddhas, I didn't know, so I would destroy sutras. Okay? I destroy things that had the Buddha's names on it, Buddha's images on it. Okay? And so that is a very severe offense for us Buddhists. We know that. Okay. However, if you believe in Buddha, you will not fall into the hells. I'll give you one example. The example is that if you commit such severe offenses, and if you believe in the Buddhist teaching, Shakyamuni Buddha says, if you believe me, at the end of your life, you should be reborn. You should try to go to the Western Bliss Pure Land, where you will never suffer again. You never fall to the hells. Okay? And that's true. That's a fact. If you commit a lot of offenses, there's still salvation for you. It's still possible for you to escape. Okay? And then one of the such escapes in Pure Land Buddhism, well, I've seen it, okay, is that you can go to the Western Bliss Pure Land and you won't go to the hells. Okay? And when you go to Western Bliss Pure Land, you have the option to stay there until you become a Buddha. You never suffer again. So that's a fact for us Buddhists. And I've seen examples of that. I've seen people who are very evil people, and they are now in Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay? And so the statement, you will not fall into the hells, okay, that's what it means. It's not about forever, where it says there's some cases where you still will not fall to the hells. All right? And that's again consistent with what I just told you earlier, meaning that when you create evil karmas, very evil karmas, you're supposed to fall to the hells. Okay? However, in spite of the fact you created a lot of evil karmas which outnumber by far the good karmas, but if that one good karma, such as believing in the rebirth of the Pure Land, and if at the end of your life, no matter how evil, how many more evil karma you created, you still have a chance to go to the Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay? That's possible. And it happened. It's not just a theory. I've seen such people. I've seen it happen. Okay? At Lu Mountain Temple, I saw it happen. All right? So this is true. You still, even if you created very severe offenses, including slandering the Buddha, and later you come believe in the Buddha, you will not fall to the hells. Okay? Now, to one objection here that no one ever asked me. Well, I'm going to create trouble for myself because no one knows how to create trouble for me regarding this matter. Should I or shouldn't I? You like me to get into trouble, don't you? Huh? You want to? You like that, huh? You go home to Chicago and tell your children, I try to create a lot of trouble for my master, but I still come back alive. There are a few cases I know of people who are very evil. They're not even Buddhists, but they created a lot of evil karmas, very, very evil, okay, very bad karmas, kill so many people, okay, and such people who are so bloodthirsty and are never hesitated to kill people to make their point. Doesn't matter how right you are, but you say, you're against me, I will kill you. Okay? That's even worse than not believing God, believing a Buddha. Okay? Those are the worst type of evil offenses. And those people, they don't believe in Buddha at all. They still did not fall into the hells at all. How is that possible? It happened. The people who are in the Pure Land right now, who did not believe in the Pure Land, who did not believe in Buddha, they still made it to the Pure Land. How is it possible? It's illogical. It goes against Buddhist teachings, doesn't it? Because in order to make it to the Pure Land, there are three things you need to have. What are those three things? You better know. What are those three things? So many of you want to go to Western Bliss Pure Land. You should know this. Or you want to help your mother go to the Pure Land, your father go to the Pure Land. There must be three things. Number one, faith. Number two, vows. Number three, practice. But these people, they don't believe. If they don't believe, how are they going to make a vow to be reborn in the Western Bliss Pure Land? If they don't make a vow to be reborn, what will motivate them to do anything? They go for rebirth at all. And they still made it to the Pure Land. How is it possible? Don't ask me that. Because you Asians are so polite. I don't have enough Western educated clients or customers or students to challenge me. I've been holding my tongue for 20 years now. So I better ask myself before I forget to challenge myself. Yes, one.
감사합니다. 믿지를 않았지만 복을 많이 지었기 때문에 갈 수 있다고 생각합니다. 예로서 아쇼카 왕이 나쁜 일을 많이 했다고 들었는데 후에 좋은 일을 너무 많이 했기 때문에 여러 사람들의 존경을 많이 받고 있고 그런 표상이 되고 있다고 생각합니다. 이상입니다.
Master, I think it's because they didn't believe it, but they built a lot of blessings. For example, the King Ashoka, I heard that he has done a lot of bad things, but after that he did a lot of good things. So now he's very respected, and I think he's the symbol of this.
Okay, it's not wrong. But what about going to the Pure Land? Wei Mao.
Master, I heard this explanation from your Amitabha Sutra. Somebody might request the 49 days, but there's still the 49-day periods. So when they face with the church, they will be frightened, and the King Yama will present them with the choice whether they wanted to repay their karmic offenses or going to the Pure Land. So at that time, they would wanted to go to the Pure Land. So that would be the vow. And practices is they stepping on the lotus flower to be reborn to the Pure Land.
Yeah, that's actually what happened. But how do you justify the meeting the three requirements of faith, vows, and practice. They didn't practice.
It's the practice Master say in the Amitabha Sutra is actually they sing. This means they walk into the lotus. They have to step onto the lotus to be able to be born.
Did I explain everything already? Okay, never mind. I withdraw the question. Very good. In summary, this is why Mahayana is so powerful. You don't have to believe at all. You don't have. This is why it says, even if you don't believe Islamic Buddha, okay, and I'm adding more here to the slide 80 here, and even if you don't believe in Buddha at all, you still are able to make it to the Pure Land. It's very important for you to know that. Why is it? Because your ancestors, your mother, okay, your loved ones, even if they don't believe in Buddha, don't believe in Buddhism at all, they don't believe in Amitabha Buddha at all, they still can be saved. They still can go to the Western Bliss Pure Land. How is it possible? Because it's you who are the engine behind it. You believe, okay? And you, because you believe and you understand the importance of being reborn in the Western Bliss Pure Land, your lifetime here in the Saha world very short. Maybe you live 100 years. 100 years is very short in the big picture. You go to Western Bliss Pure Land, you live a very long, gazillions of years. And that's when you become a Buddha. So it takes a while, okay? But in one lifetime, you can live that long. And you will be practicing under Amitabha Buddha's help and guidance and directions. And therefore, you will become a Buddha. That's what happened in the Western Bliss Pure Land. All right? And so the Pure Land practitioners believe that. Many Chinese people, many Vietnamese people believe in that. Okay, and because of that, they will go to Western Bliss Pure Land themselves eventually, because they have the three requisites of faith, of vows, and of practice. However, the ones you care for, your loved ones, who do not believe in it, how can they make it? Okay, because those are the three requirements that are necessary for you to get reborn to the Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay? And even though when they're alive, they don't believe it, even though they're dead right now, or they're dead and they could not make it to the Pure Land, okay? But now they are living somewhere, okay? They still are able to go to the Pure Land, okay? There are two cases here. If you don't believe in the Pure Land, okay, and you say, I'd rather go to the heavens, I'd rather go to join my beloved dog, okay, and be close to my dog, and chances of that you'll be reborn as a dog, okay, so that you be closer to your dog, okay, be careful, and that's fine. However, if your friends or your families or your relatives or your loved ones wanted to give you a choice, okay, of either going to join the dog and be happy with your dog, okay, or go to the Western Bliss Pure Land, okay, then after you're dead, during the 49-day period, you will still are able to develop the belief, the faith, the vows, and the practice. You still have 49 days to do it, And during the 49 days, let me tell you, it's so much easier to convince you than right now to try to convince you when you are a billionaire, when you're president, when you are a famous personality, okay? You're very rich, you're very powerful, you don't listen to anyone, okay? Right now, it's no point in talking to you. It's a waste of time. But after you're dead, during the 49 days period, it's so much easier because you'll be so frightened, you'll be so helpless that once you receive help, it's a lot easier to convince you that you should go to Western Bliss Pure Land. That's what happened. During the 49-day periods, you'll be led to develop faith, to develop the vows and the practice. Okay? It's not that hard. It's a lot easier to convince you after you're dead than when you're alive. I'll give you an example. I have a few cases that I know personally. A dear disciple of mine, Roberta, many of you knew when she was, when we started at Lu Mountain Temple. She's one of my favorites, okay? In my early days, she used to hang out with me. She's 84 years old back then. And she retired, had nothing to do, so she was my sidekick. Wherever I went, she was with me. Okay? And the husband, oh no, I'm sorry, at the time she was 74. I remember now. Her husband was 81. The husband, I remember driving up and down the coast on Freeway 5, and every single time we at about midway through between Los Angeles and San Jose, on Highway 5 there, she will receive a call from him who complains. And then she says, and then invariably, at least once a month, he said, "Don't talk like that. He's about the age of our son." Okay? You can guess what he meant. The husband was complaining, "Are you having a boyfriend? Is he your boyfriend or something?" So he said, "You're speaking nonsense. He's not even older than our sons. What are you talking about?" And it's funny because he kept on complaining. Okay? He wouldn't go to the temple. And then he got sick. And the doctor said, "You only have 6 months left, maybe 3, but 6 months at best." Okay? And then Roberta told me, and I said, "Oh, don't worry, get the 49-day thing for him. He'll go to the Pure Land." So Roberta did that. She got a pre-49 day for her husband, her late husband. And then she came home and she got that. And so I told her, I said, as the time was drawing near, that he was hospitalized, okay, waiting to die. So I told her, I said, "Go and tell," I forgot his name now, go and tell him, don't worry, okay? After you die, I will come to protect him, and he has nothing to be worried." And she told him that. And said, "After you die, honey, he'll come and help you. And remember, he's only as old as our son." I'm sure she added that. And she told him that. He said, "Don't worry, he promised me he'll come to help you." And I did that. After he died, one day she called and said he passed in the hospital. And so he died. And so I came to him. You know what he did? He would not come to my temple. He suspected I was having improper relationship with her. But after I died, okay, I came to him and said, hey, I'm here, don't worry. And he was tapping his feet. How much longer do I get to go to the Pure Land? Huh? How long do I have to wait? Now he's the one who's rushing me. He says, you promised me. You promised my wife. See, when he was alive, he said, no, you never be caught dead going to my temple. Okay? Even praying to the Buddha. Well, after he's dead, I came to him right away because I promised her. Promised Roberta. And he said, how much longer, huh? Master, how much longer? So, and then that was the first time that I experienced that, went through that process. And so within, like I promised my beloved disciples, within 8 days, he went to the Pure Land. 8 days. Never believed Buddha. Never cared for Buddha. He would go drink with his friends every day. He's retired, okay? That's what he does, what he did. Bring his friends, hang out with his friends. He would never be caught going to a temple or reciting Buddha's name. Never, okay? You foolish old woman, he used to tell his wife. I don't know what you see in this guy. You go in his temple, waste your life, waste your time. Okay? But as soon as he died, he changed his mind immediately because he was helpless. After you die, it's so much easier to convince you. Okay? Yeah. So, I should have made him wait a little bit longer so that he remembers more. But I was naive and didn't want to afflict my disciple. So, yes, Way Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I think his name was Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Thank you, Vicky.
Robert?
Yeah, that's right. That's Robert. He used to be in the Navy, and he used to be a floor. He's a floor man. Okay, he installed floors and made a very good living, raising his kids and supporting his wife. Okay, he's a real decent guy. Very good guy. All right. Okay, so I went through a few cases like that in the early days. That's how I began to develop an understanding and appreciate the Pure Land Dharma door that Master YongHua explained. Okay, taught. Okay, and not just a theory, but I saw it happen in my own cases. Okay. All right. So you will not fall into the hell. Okay, whether you believe in the Buddha or not, while you're alive. Okay. Another case is also after you beyond the 49 days. Okay. Beyond the 49 days, for most of these people, they fell already. And they fell to lower paths, evil paths. Okay. And in that case, in those circumstances, it takes a little bit longer, a lot longer than 49 days, but eventually they also can receive help to go to the Pure Land as well. Okay, so those are the two cases where even though you don't believe in the Buddha, you still can go to the Pure Land. Okay, that's how powerful the Pure Land Dharma door is. It can help all kinds of people. And this is why many people would need to suppress me and slander me so that they can protect their kingdom, their disciples, their temples, and so forth. Okay? But such is life. You don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay? You do what you must to help. That's all. All right. So this thing here, I don't know, forever or not forever, it doesn't matter. You're going to ascend to heaven forever. No fixed Dharma, nothing is definite. Okay? Even if you don't believe in Buddha, you can also go to the heavens. Okay? Or you can go to the Pure Land. So, depends on how it is. My recommendation is go to the Pure Land. Okay? It's much better for you. And then Master YongHua says, "Stop me when I am supposed to." Okay, I don't remember where we last stopped.
We will stop. We will start from next page.
Next slide. Okay, so this and that. Yeah. So a new section here. So why is that people who oppose the Buddha, who slander Buddha, harm the Buddha, can still become a Buddha? And continue. Devadatta.
您是听过我以前讲过这个提婆达多。
In the past, you have heard me speak of this Devadatta when lecturing on sutras.
这个提婆达多是最反对佛教的。
This Devadatta was the one most opposed to Buddhism.
他破坏佛最厉害，佛的弟子吃斋不吃肉，他说我叫人连鲜盐都不吃。
He did the worst damage to the Buddha. The Buddha's disciples ate a vegetarian diet. They didn't eat meat. Ha! Devadatta said, I tell people to even avoid eating salt.
佛的弟子，佛教弟子是日中一食。
The Buddhist disciples eat one meal a day at noon.
他呢，叫他徒弟100天也不吃，100天不吃东西。
He told his disciples not to eat for 100 days, not to eat anything for 100 days.
他总想他这个法比佛高得多，那么以后升现地狱。
He was also thinking this Dharma of his is far superior than the Buddha's Dharma. Later, he fell to the hells while he's still alive.
就这个肉体就堕地狱，堕地狱等将来的时候，他这个罪业满了，他还会成佛。
That is, this flesh body of his fell into hell. In the future, when the time comes and his karmic offenses are fully exhausted, he will still attain Buddhahood.
并且这个提婆达多在无量劫以前，他是这个释迦牟尼佛的师傅。
Moreover, countless eons ago, this Devadatta was Shakyamuni Buddha's master.
所以呀，他都不过来反面呢，来这个帮助，不同这个方法不同。
So he came in a reverse way to help. Different, this method is different.
就是看看佛有没有忍力，看看佛呀究竟是 这个无名。
That is, just to see the Buddha whether or not he had the power to endure, to test whether the Buddha ultimately still had any ignorance or not.
那么好像这个刀啊，很快，快，耐，一个东西就割断了。
It's like this knife is very sharp, very durable, and can quickly cut through things.
为什么它这么快呢？因为以前用磨石磨的，用磨石把它磨的很快，啊。
Why is it so sharp? Because in the past, a sharpening stone was used to sharpen it. This sharpening stone sharpened it, very sharp.
这个磨，佛成佛是那个魔王来磨它，把它磨成。
This demon, the Buddha, became a Buddha. It was that demon king who came to grind him, honed him into a Buddha.
也就像那个刀啊，那块是那个磨石把它磨的，成一个块刀。
It's just like that knife, that's sharp. It was sharpened into a sharp knife by that sharpening stone.
啊，你想提婆达多对佛怎么样不好，将来他还可以成佛。我们有这个就。
Think about it. Devadatta treated the Buddha so badly in this way, and in the future he can still become a Buddha.
知道啊，你谁谤佛呀，都不会不成。
From this, then we know that whoever slanders the Buddha, they will not fail to become a Buddha.
Okay, stop.
但是
Okay, let's go back. Okay, so Master YongHua now cited, gave an example of Devadatta, very well-known example in Buddhism. Devadatta, and Master YongHua brought up the case of Devadatta very often. Devadatta was a cousin of the Buddha, but he tried to kill the Buddha, slander the Buddha, and eventually he will become a Buddha himself. And this is an example that Master YongHua cited to make the point. And Devadatta was the arch enemy of the Buddha, and he is trying to harm the Buddha, actually kill the Buddha many times. Okay, and at one time here, this case here, the example here that the Master YongHua cited was that in order to have more chances to kill the Buddha, Devadatta decided to live a home life and cultivate under the Buddha. Okay, and typically, as you know, your worst enemies are from within. And so he, from inside of the Buddha's Sangha, Devadatta worked very hard, and he knew the Sangha very well, and he developed some skills, some spiritual powers, and so he convinced about 500 of the Buddha disciples to follow him, to quit the Buddha's Sangha and follow Devadatta as their teachers. And because he says that I'm a better teacher than the Buddhas. If the Buddhas, the Buddha can even though Buddha is vegetarian, but they don't eat meat, but they still are attached to flavors. So that's why you follow me, and I will teach you a better Dharma. I will teach you not to eat salt, because salt is usually added to give flavor to the food. So you be a better form of practice. That'll be a better form of practice for you. Furthermore, another example that Devadatta cited was that Buddhist disciples ate one meal a day. They could eat breakfast, but also typically it's one meal a day before noon. And Devadatta taught his disciples to eat only once every 100 days. It's pretty impressive. Okay, not 9 days, not 18 days, not 27 days, but 100 days. Okay, very, very impressive. Not many people would be able to do it. And therefore, he proves to many people that his Dharma, this practice, is far superior to the Buddha, much stricter, much more difficult. Is that true? Is that true? Of course it's not. Why not? It's not true because of what you do when you do these things, when you engage in these practices. What is your purpose? And this is what most people fail to understand, especially ordinary people. They're so impressed by appearances, and they forget about the goals. Why are you doing this? You're doing these practices in order, if you want to do these things, in order for you to develop spiritual powers, develop wisdom, become enlightened, become a bodhisattva, become an arhat, become a Buddha. You have to be clear about why you're doing this, right? Yeah. My point here is that you should never lose sight of why you're doing this, instead of being impressed by the method of doing it. Okay? Ordinary people, they're impressed by appearances, whereas I'm more impressed by results. I'm much more Americanized in that sense. Okay? You can talk all you want. However, can you deliver? If I want to go to the Pure Land, can you help me? If I want to become enlightened by practicing Chan, can you help me? And they said, oh yeah, of course I can help you. My teacher is so great. And then I ask, how many people have you helped? Who have you helped? Who are your disciples who are enlightened, who made it to the Pure Land? Please name me. Name one name, maybe two, maybe three. Okay? Just give me one at least. And that's very American, very, very practical for us. You talk a lot, but we never lose sight of the purpose. Why are we doing this? Why do we meditate? Why do we recite the Buddha's name? Okay? If you're able to deliver what you promise, I will follow you. You cannot deliver, I don't believe in your practice. Americans, Westerners are very practical. Yes, Master, I believe you, you're a virtuous man. You have so many disciples, that's wonderful, okay? But ultimately, I want to go to the Pure Land. I want to become enlightened. Okay? How many have you helped? And this is so typical of the Dharma ending age. People are so impressed by stories, by promises, and they don't check the results. I check results. I'm not impressed. I'm not easily impressed. Okay? Nor should you. Oh. All right. So this Devadatta here says, my practice is much harder, much stricter. I say, oh, that's wonderful. But does it mean you get better results? If you don't, then your more difficult Dharma is not helpful, is it? So people are trying to impress you by telling you how wonderful it is, how beautiful a temple it is, how many disciples you have, how big, how famous they are, and so forth. How many have you helped? I always go back to that. Okay? Yeah. All right. And so, Devadatta, clearly his Dharma was more strict, more stringent than the Buddha's Dharma, but they don't necessarily are helpful in us opening our wisdom, in helping us get what we want, helping us become enlightened, helping us go to the Pure Land at all. So why? Why should we engage in such practices? Okay? And so anyway, Devadatta later, for opposing the Buddha, do so many things so harmful, he fell to the hells. Okay? He's down there, suffering, tortured every day. He fell down there 3,000 years ago. Where do you think he is right now? Still there. Suffering away. Is it worth it? He's been tortured for 3,000 years. Every single waking moment, every single moment, he's been tortured. It's very frightening. However, even though he fell to the hells, he will have to serve his full term, and after that he will continue to serve other terms for related offenses against the Buddha and against the Sangha. Okay, but in time, eventually, his good deeds, the practices that he engaged in while being the Buddha disciples will mature. Those good roots will mature. The root seeds will mature, and so at the end of at the exhaustion of these karmic retributions, the good deeds, seeds will mature, and he will become a Buddha himself. Buddha made that prediction already. Okay. And why is it the case? What happened is, as Master YongHua says, actually, what you don't know, what you didn't know, is that Devadatta was actually the Shakyamuni Buddha's master, teacher, a long, long time ago. And even a long, long time ago, he was the Buddha's teacher, and he wanted to teach the Buddha, help the Buddha, and that never he never forgot about it. Okay, so according to Master YongHua, it says the reason Devadatta now, 3,000 years ago, came to the Buddha, tried to harm him, and tried to stop the Buddhas, okay, and that is ultimately to help the Buddha cultivate. I'm not sure, okay, to tell you. My take on this is that there is a timing difference here, discrepancy here. Before the Buddha became a Buddha, Devadatta was not around. He couldn't, the Buddha was cultivated by himself. Okay, it's only after Buddha became a Buddha that Devadatta was able to come to join the Buddha as his disciple, okay, and eventually try to harm him. Okay, so Master YongHua says he actually Devadatta tried to help him reverse by giving the Buddha a hard time, by slandering the Buddha and so forth. I think he made a mistake here. I feel there's the timing doesn't make sense. Okay, Devadatta did really nothing when Buddha was practicing in the snow mountain. Devadatta didn't do anything. Okay, and but the point here is still valid in that when people help you, it could be in the typical way where you facilitate things and make things easier for you, that's called help. But also, Master YongHua says here, sometimes the help comes in a form of reverse help, meaning you give them a hard time. Okay? And to help the Buddha practice. All right? Again, the way he explains here is not necessarily how I would explain it. But Master YongHua says help can be the form of facilitating or opposing. And that's correct. Okay. And Master YongHua gives an example of this knife here, very sharp, can cut through a lot of things. It only became sharp because of the honing stone. Okay, the honing stone is a stone there that you take a knife and you keep on rubbing against it. Okay, and rubbing against it generates heat, and it's very hard for the knife. So that's the analogy of helping in the reverse. Okay, it looks like you're stopping it. You actually are impeding and going against the knife. Actually, you are making the knife sharper. Okay. Okay. So Buddha, after Buddha became a Buddha, the demon king Mara came to grind him, to hone him into Buddha. That's right. And that seemed like a sharpening stone. All right. And so regardless, Master YongHua made the point that Devadatta will become a Buddha. Buddha made the prediction already. It's not Master YongHua's words, it's Buddha's words. Buddha said, give the example of the story of Devadatta, my ex-disciple. He will become a Buddha in the future. He by a certain name, and he will have his own Buddha land, and so forth. Okay, Buddha made that prediction. Okay, and therefore, the conclusion of this section here, Master YongHua says, whoever slanders the Buddha, they will not, they cannot help but become a Buddha themselves. All right? And that's the next section. Any questions or comments? Okay, still have a few minutes. Let's continue to the next section then.
But compared to slandering, it's a little bit better not to slander. Why is that?
Okay, Wei Mountain has a question.
Amito, sir. It seems like there's like a different level of cause and effect available to us. Like one, like our bad actions lead us to hells, but there's also a cause and effect that Amitabha and those who practice the Pure Land have to guide our consciousness to the Pure Land. How do we cultivate to access that level of cause and effect?
What level?
The one that can guide our consciousness to the Pure Land.
What do you think I've been doing?
Yeah, you can do it. Okay, what did you do to cultivate to that level of ability?
What did I do? Don't worry about what did I do. That's irrelevant. What you should be worried about, this is like looking at others. What kind of car they have, what kind of house they have, what kind of wife they have. You're only making yourself drool and be envious. You want me to know, to tell you how many cars I have? How many red cars I have? Huh? How does that help you?
It's kind of like the names in the Avatamsaka Sutra that say how they achieve their status.
Well, what does it have to do with you? The Avatamsaka teaching is something else I use to teach you, to encourage you to cultivate. It's not to brag to you about these celestial kings. You got it all wrong. I'm trying to remind you that it's about you, it's not about me. It's not about... My time is not spent on bragging to you about myself. My name is Master YongHua. I'm no celestial king. So you should not be thinking about what did I do. It's irrelevant. It's just like you're so envious. The more I explain to you, you only become envious. It's only two possibilities. Number one, I explain to you, okay? Then you become envious. You say, oh my God, this guy has so much, and this is not fair. I'm taller, I'm smarter, okay? And why does he have all the good things only happen to him? Okay. Or another possibility is that you don't believe. They say, oh, that's impossible. Celestial kings, for example, it's too far away. This master here, these people, they get there because they cultivated for a long, long time. They have been doing it for a long, long time. And that's what the Buddha says. That's what Master YongHua said. That's what everyone is saying. It takes a while. It's not that fast. There's no way that you can do it that fast. Even you go to the Pure Land, it still will take a long, long time before you become a Buddha. So worry about yourself. Why do you have to worry about me? He asked me, I said, I'm not worth telling you about. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. If I tell you that I'm the richest man on earth, I have so many good things going for myself, I'll be bragging about it, and there isn't enough time for you to listen to all that I want to brag to you about. But it's useless to you. It does nothing for you at all. You're behaving like an ordinary person who always looking at neighbors and see what they have and covet what they have. It's nonsense. Okay? Worry about you getting there. What do you want? You go to the Pure Land, then find a way to get to the Pure Land. That's all. Am I making sense to you? You keep on chasing after the wrong things. That's why you struggle so much. In summary, you want to go to Pure Land, you should be asking that question. I want to go to Pure Land. What do I need to do? Instead of worrying about, what did I do to have what I have? I have nothing to brag to you about. Look at my temples. It's embarrassing. After 30 years of practice, this is all I could do. Okay? While others, my peers, they're much bigger, much more powerful, much more credible, much more famous. There's nothing to brag about. Okay? I don't even dare say that I'm a Dharma heir of Master YongHua. I only can say, oh, this is my teacher. He taught me for a few times, 5 times. I'm grateful forever for that. Okay, I'm trying to measure up to him. Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, yeah, I really appreciate being here, and I really appreciate the blessings that I have that give me this quality of Dharma. I don't think that no matter how many disciples you have, or whatever there is to show physically, the true strength of your Dharma is something immeasurable, and so few people get access to. I really thank you.
Well, thank you for that. It's about you. I don't look at quantities. I look at quality. Okay? The reason why I keep on doing this, because you challenge me. You make it more interesting for me, all of you. And for that, I'm grateful to you to give me a reason to get up in the morning. And I said, what more can I do? Okay, because if I continue to do the same as yesterday, as last month, these people will lose interest. So you're the one who motivate me to work harder. Yes, JMT. So you don't have to thank me. I am the one who has to thank you. Right, Jumi?
마스터 그 슬라이드 94페이지에 여기 이시 지칭하는 것이 뭔지 이해가 안 돼서 질문 드립니다.
Master, in the slide, page 94, what is the it here referring to?
It here? This it?
네, 맞습니다, 마스터. 이게 무명을 말하는 건지 patient injury를 말하는 건지 이시 무엇을 지칭하는지 제가 앞뒤 슬라이드를 읽어도 이해가 안 돼서요.
Yes, Master, is this it referring to Wuming, the ignorance or the endurance, or what is it?
No, just English semantics. Don't try. Did you translate it into Korean?
I just read the Korean translation written there.
What is it? Show me which
It says igot is it.
Iga.
Igot.
This one?
No, in front of that
Igo.
one. Yes, igo.
Igor. There are three different characters here.
이것은 this is.
This is.
Yeah. So what is igot?
Okay, what is Igor? Okay, thank you. I need to learn Korean. It here refers, it's just a semantics in English. It says that, for example, okay? For example, there is a sharp knife, and very sharp, very durable, and very good at cutting through. So it here is usually semantics. Don't be attached to the semantics. It's a story, okay? Okay. You're welcome. All right, that's all the time we have for you tonight. So we stop here. Thank you very much.